Hello YouTube, Reseller Mom here. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to show you how I just got ungated for DVDs. So DVDs was one of those things that I had always kind of wanted, but the cost to get ungated for DVDs seemed really exuberant. So I had seen on somebody's posting that they had said the Christian bookstore would, or the invoice from the Christian bookstore worked for them to get ungated, and I went ahead and tried it out and just got my ungating email. So pretty super duper excited. It did take me a few tries because I kept trying to submit the order confirmation and things with that, like the purchase, the order email and whatnot. And somebody, thank you very much, messaged me and said, wait until the item arrives and submit the invoice that comes into the box. So I don't like to do clickbait type of thing, so if that's the short answer, go order from Christian bookstore, submit the invoice that comes in the box, and you can stop watching this video. But if you want kind of a little bit more on how I found things out, keep watching. And if this video helps you and you do get ungated, give me a like. That's always helpful for my channel. I do these videos to help you out. So this is what my invoice looks like. I bought 10 Defiant Joy DVDs. It was the cheapest at the time. That was listed also on Amazon. You've got to find an ASIN that the bookstore has and is on Amazon. So when you go to apply for it, you can reference the ASIN. Now I was a little bit worried because when I went and did the application, this item was there, but it got kicked back, and I had, they said like you have 5 days to submit the invoice. And I went to go do it this morning, and Joy Defiant is no longer a DVD on Amazon, like the ASIN's taken down. So I was a little worried that my invoice wasn't going to go through, but it did. So I bought 10. That's another thing. You want to look at that application. You need to submit 10, and you basically need to have everything that's on that requirement for ungating in DVDs needs to hit and be very prevalent here on the invoice. So they want the name of the supplier, and you can see here we've got both the name, the website, we've got a phone number, we've got the address, so it ticks all of those boxes. Needs to have your name, so it has a bill to and a ship to. This is important because sometimes we ship to different places than you get billed at, or maybe you've changed addresses, but these addresses need to match up with your selling account in some shape or form. You can't just have other addresses and not have it match up. It will get flagged and kicked back. You need to order 10 of the items, so it needs to show on the invoice. I ordered 10, and it's got it down here to item count 10. You can omit pricing. I've never omitted pricing ever in any of the invoices that I've sent in. I've never had a problem with it, but if you want to, omit the pricing. And what else? Oh, it needs to be dated within 180 days or something. It's got to be kind of fairly new. You can't use it long past. All right, as long as you're hitting all of those, that's what your rep who's looking at this is going to look for. Now, I did not annotate my invoice at all. A lot of times I will, but sometimes I don't, and especially since this one looks so beautiful without it being annotated. But if you were worried about it or whatnot, you may want to go back and annotate it. And what I'm talking about is annotation, not fraudulent, like trying to change things, like trying to change, oh, I bought this last year, and trying to change the year 21 to 22. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about annotating, which means if you're in a PDF thing like this, and I scanned this in with Dropbox, my favorite app for scanning in documents, because it's just seamless. You throw this on the floor, you take a picture of it, you upload it in, and it's a nice file. When you go to open it up, a lot of these have, where you can draw and highlight. So I would highlight, and I would go through and, highlight this, highlight all the things that it's asking for. Highlight the address. I'm not very good at mousing. And then annotate means you're going to add a text, and I would just put ASIN B whatever, and then I leave it in blue, because in that way they know that this is annotated. That's annotated as not me trying to modify the form. If the address was missing, I usually put it kind of in the bottom, and I would be something like that. Christian bookstore. It's not going to be beautiful. 123 Main Ave, State. I'm making things up here. Okay, so then you would have the address, whatever's missing. So you go through that little tick box, and if it says it needs to have the address, and the address, you cannot find it on the invoice, you annotate it in. Having the ASIN is helpful because if you have multiple things, it cleans it up. So let's say they only had 5 Defiant Joys and I need 10 total. You probably could buy 5 of one DVD and 5 of another. Same with toy ungating. Let's say you wanted to use the same invoice and you wanted to ungate for both Barbies and My Little Ponies, and you bought 10 My Little Ponies and 10 Barbies. You could then put the little ASIN next to each other and use that invoice, one invoice for 2 ungates, etc. So there is ways to do it, but it's gotta look nice and neat and clean. Otherwise, your reps are gonna look at it and be like, "Yep, they gotta click off so many per hour." I don't know how they're timed, but they are all about speed, so you've got to make it easy peasy for them. All right, I think I've talked to death about my invoice here. Let's go over to Christian Book, and let me show you how I would, like if I were you and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to do this, how do I do it?" Pretty easy. Go to Christian Book Store. Is it Christian Bookstore? No, just christianbook.com. And, you're going to go to the DVDs. I'm going to view all products. I didn't pre-do this, so I'm kind of walking through. I did it maybe a week or 2 ago when I did my purchase. Instead of bestseller, I always go price low to high because, clearly I don't want to buy 10 of something that's $44. And here we go. Here's the Joy Defiant video that I did. And let me just click on that and show you what I'm talking about, that it's not over there. We've got a stock number. If you can find a UPC code, that can be helpful because it's easy to copy a UPC over. I'm going to go like this, DVD, and show you what I mean. That, why do we not even, movies, let's click that. Yeah, I'm not finding it. I couldn't find it at all this morning. Or maybe it was last night. Anyhow, I was freaking out because I'm like, wait a minute, where is it? Can we go to DVDs? Is there even a DVD tag? Digital? Nope. Okay. Well, let's go back. And let's go DVD and then type it in. Sometimes that helps search for DVDs. Yeah, nothing. So if you're getting nothing, then that's probably not the right one to try and apply after. So going back to the Christian Bookstore, the next one up is $1.50. A little bit more, but you can pay up. $1.50. Still a little bit more than the dollar store. Wings of Eagles. What do we got? Is there an author? Vision DVD. Well, let's try it out. If I can copy and paste right. I'm visual, so we got a guy with a guitar looking pretty suave. Do we see a guy with guitar? Yeah, there we go. Wings of an Eagle. DVD. There we go. So, this is Reseller if you're wondering what all the pop-ups are. This one's Reseller. I've got some other add-ons, so if my screen looks a little bit different, that's because of that. And I've logged out because I got a bunch of stuff in my cart I'm working on. I'm working on other work today. Surprise, surprise. But when I'm sourcing, I'll commonly add things to my cart. So if you were doing this, then add this to your cart, so then you can go and grab the ASIN and have it there. But now that we have the ASIN, we've got let's see here. Can I grab it? UPC. I'll just grab it in the URL. So it is. It's not. I can't paste it anywhere. But oh, we can do that. So that's the ASIN if you're wondering. B06XRRF63Z. You're going to go then over to your Amazon seller account. You're going to go add a product. You're going to paste that in. You're going to see if there's an application thing, if you need to apply to sell it, and if you need to apply to sell it, then that means that you are gated in that. What I did though was I went over, and I don't think I can share it. Let me see if I can bring it up. All right, I'm going to show you how I navigated to it. I'm sure there's many other ways to navigate to it, but in the help section, I typed in DVD category, and you get this category requiring approval. You scroll down, and you're going to click on this right here, request approval. All right. Once you click that request approval, you should be brought up to a page that has the application. It's going to have the whole thing. You're requesting to apply to DVDs. It's going to ask you let me think here. It's going to ask you, do you plan on selling new from only authorized distributors or something? Yes, of course you are. Then it's going to ask for a quantity. I always click the highest quantity. It was something between 1 and 5, 5 to 10, or 29 plus. I went ahead and selected the highest quantity, and then you have the box where you are going to submit the invoice, and it's got all the little check marks. So you just go through and check them, and you want to make sure all of those points are on your invoice, like we talked about, name, address, etc. Once you're good and you get that message that says you've been approved, you're good to go, and you can go list products. Now, they did message me and say that since I had 2 open, I may need to go in and close this draft in their little message today so that it doesn't have any errors. So I will do that right after this video, go and clean that up. And that's all there is to it. I hope this helps you out. I mean, really, let's see here. It's going to be $1.49 times 10. And then what did I pay for shipping? Probably not too much. If I was 17, that was so about $7. We'll just say 8. You're going to get Ungated for DVDs for less than $23, give or take a few cents there. And really, if you can get Ungated for anything for less than 50 bucks, that's worth it. But now I have 10 DVDs of Joy Defiance, and if you're interested in any of them, message me, because I don't know what to do with them. Probably just going to donate them to Goodwill. I'll see if I can sell them or something. I can always send them into Amazon now and maybe take a loss at it. Even if I get $1 back for each one or 50 cents back for each one, maybe earn a little bit of my capital. But for $17, I'm over the moon. I could care less. If I just go chuck them, I feel a little bit bad chucking because it's just waste and trash, and trying not to have such a footprint on trash. But for $17, it was well worth it. Thank you guys for the tips, for the people who told me about this, and good luck to you. Have a great day. I'm back. Little bit of an update here. I found it. So if you're looking at the Christian bookstore and you want to get the Defiant Joy video or whatnot, here it is. The ASIN is 03100905555. Also, you can put in the UPC code, which is 025986098609055. That's 02598609055. And I found it. I was like, well, I could have, I swear, I don't know. Sometimes when you look for things and they just don't come up. So I wanted to see what was going on if I go ahead and sell this back on Amazon, if I could make some money. This is Reseller that you're looking at. It gives you this little box. My dog is looking at me. And it is going to be a small and light. Clearly this is really small and light. Let's see here. It was, what did I say? 17, I think 50. I don't know where my invoice went for 10. So about $1.75. I can just about get my money back. I lose a nickel a piece, which is fine. Times 10, I'm 50 cents out. I'm so cheap. But if you want to resell it back onto Amazon. Now, in turn, you could go and try and source a profitable DVD. That's fine. But when I'm looking to ungate things, I just look to get the ungate part. ungating with profit is usually a lot of work, and you don't even know if you're really going to get it. So I go for the cheap, because if I'm out $17, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. And now I will go and look for profitable items now that I've got the ungate. All right, just thought I would add that in here as I'm going through my day, getting things done and worked on here. Thought I would share that with you. Take care.